Thank you so much for joining. Otherwise, natural live in natural live we did in a number video and yachisa putuka because phone nepo nachiba pachikawa sana. Machikawa sana nepo nachiba so ama phone yachungwa yaba mayo andi kwa medical kubantu mineko ila putukanga paka bishafe iPhone yena nishawe. Mama yonga mlemvu wako video inda totela sana pazi ya upe fionse fio muntu mina tachilicha yangu ko muntu tawamu monapo muntu tawamu ishwana bwino akutumina kwa mafoni ya akalamba yabiri sapato ba mobala ntumina na imbi mayonde totela ili amwandangire masociety leronde ninji shibalelo ili mundekelelo ili ya sapato mwandangire by Tuesday nishafika Mzambia ndatotela pa kulu sana mayo pacha upe chonse na chwa live ine. Then my video was cut because of the temperature. The temperature was high. Phone nachila bomfia tayate mwa eat sana. So nachila and thank you so much for Pereleman. Mwana Nyambe, God bless you. I'm all right. Watching from Malawi. Wow, beautiful. That is great. Nachila and pali cadrerism. Kokote la cadrerism. Therefore, ruling party yo. Cadrerism never, in Zambian politics, cadrerism never helps a ruling party. Actually, cadrerism destroys a ruling party. And that is the reason why President Hakainde Hichilema studied Zambian politics when he was in opposition. And he saw what was making the ruling parties to lose elections. Part of what made MMD to lose elections in 2011 is because of cadrerism. They started involving themselves in a thuggery behavior, in cadrerism in short. By MMD na wayali bafu wako panono kufuma mpawa cadrerism, then wa PF vena, 75% of what made them to lose elections in 2021 is cadrerism. So cadrerism yali bafuire ba PF kufuma mumaka. That's why if we were UPND cadrerism taifuire yabana muluimbo, it should never be in our song, in any of our songs. Cadrerism taifuire yaba muluimbo, taifuire yamonekera na pamibiri pamieso. Because cadrerism destroys the ruling party more than anything. That's why ingawalite mwaka inde Hichilema omuntu nga akwe batitie mkutoba paliate tuye tuchene uliate tutukane balia. If you love HH, don't accept such. No tukusumina omuntu nga akusenda tiyo tiem kuchitolu buli in the name of cadrerism. Ati ni nshimwalala nga ati mwalite mwa HH. Actually nga waibika family cadrerism we muntu. Weshibokwe bati you don't love Hakainde Hichilema. Pantu Hakainde Hichilema ali ishwokutila cadrerism we aponeshe wa MMD. President Hakainde Hichilema ali ishwokutila cadrerism 70% ya loss ya PF. It emanated from cadrerism. So imweba mumweba lefwaya mulete imisango shakale imisango shaba nesu ishwa abena Zambia bakana ishwa imisango abena Zambia bashifwaya. Don't think you love HH. If you love HH, the only thing you can do is to talk about what this president has done. I was live now, video and the actual cut because of the temperature. The temperature where I had sat was very high. So, video and the actual putuk. So, if you love HH, don't engage yourself in cadrerism. Cadrerism ila puisha ruling party wangu ukuchile fionse. The moment actually in Africa, the moment a ruling party becomes violent, just know that your party ni shirimupe pinokuya. But UPND will never go because of the kind of the leader that we have. The Secretary General of the party is sober. The President of UPND and the President of the Republic of Zambia is very sober. So that is what will make UPND to stay longer in power. That is what will make UPND to stay longer in power. Pamela and wafyo bakateka baba bateka omutima pafyo ba SG baba bateka omutima bayimenda n'entungulu shonse shashala wera abantu ifintu. Just know that those people don't love President Hakainde Hichilema. Nishuyo omuntu tate mwaba President Hakainde Hichilema mubutuke tribalism, cadrerism ila ponya abantu. Cadrerism iponya ama political party. Iwe nga na utemwa Hakainde Hichilema landa fye pafisu mefya lechita chapwa aba bantu bambya balefu ukulabereka abantu ukula bepa abantu ati UPND Hakainde Hichilema tabombere babu fi I'm telling you no kumutina Hakainde Hichilema bambya bale ituntumba balamutina necho bamutini na Hakainde Hichilema chakutila tifi achitile teti bafichite ngabali muri bukateka ngabali pachipona chabo president. They cannot do it. If a previous government failed to buy desks, obuteko bwaliponga bwalifilirwa okushita ama deski chalo chonse bafilwa because they had no solutions to buy ama deski mu schools. Abana imwe mwebekala kulusa koko imwe mwebekala kulusa koko limbi mwe mutwala abana pa private school leke ntumwebe fichitika mu mishumu imwe mweba kukitwe limbi bamwe mutwala abana pa private school babululu mwasha kumishi bali abakwata abana kumishi babululu mwasha kumishi abana babo baya kuma school ya government tabakweti apa kwikala yo tabakweti apa kwikala imwe mwebe na lusaka imoko imwe mwebe na kitwe imwe mwebe na kabwe tabakweti abana baba bululu beno abamwasha kumishi oko mwafuma nangu moneke bwino kulusa koko Fiafine fiala ndiye tushinga nipo nshano mwali kwati oko mwafuma na abantu mwasha kumishi abana babo abali bepo abenu abali ma cousins benu tabakweta pa kwikala yo ama deski mu school tamwali abana bale ikala panshi uteko bwaliko bwali filirwa kushika ama deski pantu chali kula. It was a very big burden for them to buy ama deski oyuwa isapo Hakainde Hichilema akwanisho kushika ama deski na imwe bene mwe bali kulusa koko mweba ngabona Hakainde tawombere kabiye ni kumushina ngutumineni ba bululu benu kumishi mubatumine amafoni muwe bushe ama cousins besu bushabe prabesu ko kumushi nanomba bekala panshi nangubekala pa desk Hakainde alikwanisho kushita ama desk ivyo fine mweba mwalefo kuibika mu cadrerism evyo mfire mwayamba okweba abantu abo abantu efo mfire mwambo kwebo kutina ati ama desk abo ba PF bafirirwe muri 10 years kushita ama desk abo MMD afirirwe kushita for our children muma skulu Hakainde Hichilema ena alikwanisho kushita. You need to tell them elo na chilala ndano kutila ati na babe na bale ituntumbo kubaba president abale ituntumbo kubaba president people like my brother Hari Kalaba ido balela ndefiri fiance mwina sakamana no kusakamana mwe batemwa Hakainde Hichilema because they cannot win him, they can't beat him next year. They will lose actually by far. They will lose by far. The reason they will lose is because they have got no solutions. They cannot convince Zambians. Icho bafiro kulanda po abantu aba. Bafiro kulanda. If bafiro kuweshe nkongole sho bashire ba Kongola. If they cannot talk about Bakalaba, if we cannot talk about Nkongole ba Kongwere, ilo bali ba Minister of Home Affairs or Minister of Foreign Affairs. Because the Minister of Foreign Affairs ili ingirine went to be no kuya kufyalo fimbi mukuchita negotiate pankongole, meaning that Bakalaba eba likunta nshukuchita negotiate Nkongole sho twa isanga mu bushikuwa lero ishalengera ma desk mu schools muiba Nkongole shilesho bale Kongola no kula chita subsidize fuel umuntu washita fuel pali 17 kwacha ubuteko bwa mubikira 14 kwacha washita 200 liters washita 10 liters fuel washita pali 170 kwacha ubuteko bwa yabika po 100 kwacha bakubikira po but Nkongole 100 kwacha bakubikira po nishwa Kongwele fye so shiri Nkongole bakalabanga tabalandire po fye bafuiro kwisa shiripira. He cannot win next year's election. He can't win next year's election. Tapali nefia nyua pa uyu inaka Hakainde Hichilema brand new to akwata. Think of mfilo kula ndapo wa UPND. Mwebale for cadrerism. Talk about what Hakainde has done. Not you lubuli yo. Not you kutowela wantu ifikulwa. This president has worked. Uyuka teka alibomba. Na chilala ndo kutila imwe bali kulusako oko mwe bali kukitwe call your relatives kulya kumushoko mwafuma nga mwafumineko some 4 years ago mubwekeleko pala pamushi mwafuma paneba pali clinic paneba pali maternity wing akainde ichilema nakula maternity wing nefifo aikamu maternity nabikamo efifo aikamu clinic nabikamo akainde ichilema so mwe bali kutauni mule tumako na mafoni kumishi mwatumako kumishi mwaipusha babululu benu efyo bekele mwikele shani uko bushaba na bale ikala panshi kuma skulu nangu bale ikala pafupuna pama deski bushaba na kuma skulu uko bale elipira bali beka imomwe bekala kutauni no kumitumi na mafoni bali eka no kumitumi na mafoni atutumi niko 200 kwacha iya kuja tulipilira omwana oli mu grade 8 aye ku skulu bali leka nicho akainde ichilema alelipira shiriendala mo kupitira mu buteko bwakwe bambuya benu badabale emishupa twise ku town ku hospital bali beko kutuma mafoni pantuko bali kumushuko mwafuma imwe mwebena kitwe mwebena lusaka mwebena chingola imwe kumishi kuli hospital kuli clinic nakulaka inge ichilema no mutiemo uli muchipatala efyo imwe makadazi besu ba mu UPN mufiro kulanda pono tukuya mutobe skulu wafya abantu no tukutoba ma office yaba nenu iyo efya abaponeshe aba nenu efya aponeshe ba PF Yes, Mama Planga, you are saying Vakalaba should repent for putting us into unprecedented debt. Very true. And he has no solutions. Kunkongole shintuwasha. Makebi zulu asha balungu bali mumochari uko. Unanjibati na ngumpa shwa balungu tu wate mawashomu nobe. You want to ride on the corpse of your friend. Washachitumbi chamu nobe mumochari kanshi cho lefuaya taulefuaya okutila tushike umuntu wese muno buchalo because ulefuaya okuimakana na mune fi atposele nshito yu makebizulu right na mune fi atposele nshita fwe bena zambi and he thinks he can become president. What is he going to do? Ask him. Aka India ichile found CDF pali 1.6 million. PF yari filo kutuwala fe pali 2 million kwacha. PF yari filo kutuwala CDF pali 3 million kwacha. PF yari filo kutuwala CDF pali 4 million kwacha. PF yari filo kutuwala CDF pali 5 million kwacha. Aka India afunya pali 1.5 million, 1.6 million. Atwala pali 25 and 24 million. Atwala pali 26, atwala pali 28, atwala pali 30 something. Pakapalasti atwele pali 40 million kwacha CDF. Mufuile mwabe pusha bakalaba. Mufuile mwabe pusha imwe mwabe kala kulusaka. Imwe mwabe bantu njikala na boku nokumukushi na kuchitambo. Mufuile mwabe pusha ba mundubire. So aka India fia wikile CDF pali 40 million. Imwe mlefo kutuwala pali shinga. They will not answer that question because they don't even know where to get that money. They don't even know where HH is getting that 40 million kwacha is sending in each constituency. If you mufilo kubepusha hapo not ukuya mkutobela abantu. If you cool, they have no idea. That's why in moment you are the moment you think of removing UPND, you are removing free education. The moment you think about removing UPND from power, you are thinking about removing CDF. You are thinking about removing those graders. Ukokumushi mwafuma kuma district ya kumishoko mwafuma kunchelenge, kuchitambo, kumukushi, kuluano, ukokukapiri mwafuma, ukushari na grader, ukushari water bowser, ukushari tipa, kuchipata, kunankano kateto, takwari na nguni water bowser, takwari hivi compactor. This time around each council, kuminilunga, this time around each council has got a grader, each council has got a tipper, each council has got kwatama constituency yabidi kwatana matipa na magrade yabidi ama compactor bale kwatana yabidi. They failed to provide those things for councils. This man HH has done that. So when you are talking about removing HH from power, you are talking about removing ama graders uma councils. You are talking about stopping employing teachers. Imoma teacher imoma shila ingila machito. Your only hope is aka inde ichilema. Let me tell you, your only hope is aka inde ichilema. Imomweba nasi imomweba sambilila, mweba shila ingile nchito. Your only hope is aka inde ichilema. That's what I can tell you. The moment HH is not in the picture, you will never see the job that you want. Because they failed to employ you. They failed to employ you. They failed to employ 3,000 teachers. But this man has employed close to 50,000 teachers. Aka inde ichilema. So mwema cadres mwabalewa mkuchitefia luguliwa UPND. This is what you need to tell the people. That's why Wakalaba is because he has no solutions. Where is he going to get the money to make him a desk? Because he failed when he was Minister of Home Affairs. He failed to borrow money for desks. But if it was Wakalaba, Bamundubide was a minister in PF. They failed to get money for desks. They failed to get money for CDF. They failed completely. Huh? They failed. That's why I'm saying Hakainde Hichilema will win with a landslide in 2021. 2026 is winning with a landslide. Tulelolela fiaka inde Hichilema na kabiri. Ukumupela Bible no kulapa. Eva tulelolela. Because milimo yakwe ingi yakwe bati. Ababa mbea ababa le itunga ba. Kechi bafike na pakota yakwe yo. Kechi bafike bali fidilo kuchitama desk. Bali fidilo kukula. Ama clinic. Today in Chitambo, today if you go to Chitambo where I am, if you go, are you not a civil servant? Who told you that a civil servant cannot talk about what the president is doing? Bayolam. Who told you that a civil servant like me cannot talk about what President Taka Inde? Maybe you are a civil servant. But you were not appointed by President Taka Inde Hichilema. I was appointed by President Taka Inde Hichilema. Hence I've got the right to talk about him. Mamfo Bayola Mchibwe. Aka inde Hichilema ngafuma mpawa nishina inena civil servant umulela ndapo nishwapwa. So ineni kwa tensa mbushakula ndapo. So wa DC benu wabo mwako watoko ngatabala ndapali aka inde Hichilema fiawo oko kuinoko. If your DC doesn't talk about aka inde Hichilema, that is your problem and your DC there wherever you are. Inema mfunishe ku UPND kupate pakumbika bu DC. So what will make me stop talking about UPND and the President Aka Inde Hichilema? Even they may be fishing car. Ask about I'm a Zambian. I'm a Zambian even if I'm a civil servant. I'm a Zambian. I need you to ask about Fred Membe. To say about Fred Membe, Aka Inde Hichilema has taken the CDF to 40 million. Where do you want to take it if you become president? He's not going to answer that question. Kalaba will not answer that question when you ask him. Kalaba will not answer that question when you ask him to say, from 40 million, where do you want to take CDF and where are you going to get the CDF? 40 million or 50 million? He won't answer you. He will just say, tukaleta malait. Ukaleta malait walifidu kuleta madesk. When you were a minister, when wale ya mkula ndila kwe chalo cha Zambia kutila chikongole. Kalaba. Makebi Zulu. Mwema limu PF. You had no ideas. You had no ideas on how to increase the CDF. You had no ideas on how to buy graders, how to buy water bowsers, how to buy desks, how to build the clinics across the districts in Zambia. And today, imo mambo kumfomu iso mwema cadres. Mwambi okuya mkutewa ule finto. No. Cadrerism tayafwa ruling party. Cadrerism never helps the ruling party. PF lost because of cadrerism. Yanama vote 1 million by PF malu shire ya 1 million difference. If it was not for cadrerism, liminga ilifie 200 votes difference. 200 Bazimba. Mukose wakalambo kudiro uyu mwaka. Bazimba Steven Zimba. Mukose mdala, you are losing big time. Mukose andimule tumako na mafoni kumushukumie nuimwe Bazimba. Mwatumako kufoni kumushukumie nunga niku peta uke. Ask those people, your relatives over mwasha kumishuko. Ask them if their children are still sitting on the floor. Ask them. Ask them vapo tembo. Vapo tembo. Bro. Katushika ni kunyimbanga ni kusinda. Kuda mwafuma kumushuko. Call your relatives there. If in that village where you came from there is no clinic, if there is no maternity wing, ask them if people are not receiving ama 800 kwacha. Ask them. Not we can kurusa kokota utumako na foni kumushi. Tumeni kwa mafoni kumishi mwipushe babululu uko kumishuko ushe grade mwaimwene poli yaka undale teka ushe grade deko ilile pitana ile sebe misebo. What new are they going to bring? Bali tushamu Kongole, what new are they going to bring? New nshiyo ine new tukamona next year nididi next year alafika. Ili never next year tukamona na new year umlela ndanga mukailanda. Because you lose it terribly. Ukuluso ubisana. Mukaluso ubisana Zambian politics twali issue wabwino sana. So no chukumvomwenso mumwe makaders ba UPND na mumwe leaders ba mwa bashaba no mass structures mule tuma abantu atikabiye ni muye mukutoba abantu amabwe iwe potembo iwe bululu wandiwe ask tuma phone kumushikumye ni uyoko wafuma iwe ku Eastern Province utume kumushikulo kwa shala bambia bobe ube pushenge tapali clinic 4 kilometers from where your grandmother is staying apa shali clinic. Ask your grandmother, ask your cousins there. Abana bama cousins benunga baleika la punch some 4 years ago. Because Akainde Ichilema has taken the desks there. Social cash transfer shidila bantu ama 200 kwacha ama 400 kwacha. He's paying the mama 800 kwacha. Bambuya benu imwe bapotembo kumushuko na bakashikano kukashika bambuya benu. Bale shitu bakolo tumafuta tu kukashika. Bantu ngama bale kwata. Akainde Ichilema leba pela. Mwamfa, mwila bepa bantu imwe. Mwila bepa bantu. Make bizulu afile fio kulete omubiri wabalungu alete kuno. Tushike chapwa. Nombo muntu takwata nolusi omwache uli. Takwata nolusi has no heart. Aisha namkula n'obwalwa kuno. Ku Zambia. Nasho omubiri wa munakwe. Nasha omubiri wa munakwe mu mochari. Ese mukufa okuyimakana kuno. Kanisha ukuleta omubiri w'abalungu ukweba chesa afwaye awinine akwate pangeshira pa mubiri wa muntu wafa. And you think you can win Akainde Ichilema? You think you can win Akainde Ichilema? Mwabantu wakwale samwe. Mwabantu wakwale samwe. Tei nonshita yo. Tei nonshita. Ngachila kunyonga pali Akainde Ichilema. Uko sefi wa kushita panado. Because next year, alewekela pona kabiti. Bili mukandawile. Wa mukandawile ku Eastern Province uko. Efa ndo miewa mwa mukandawile. You are telling me that I'm an idiot. The idiot might be you. Call your relatives kudia kusinde uko mwafuma. Ku Eastern Province. Tumi nako bambuya bobe phone. Tumi nako bambuya bobe phone. Hapo mwikala mbuya. Mwema cousins bandi mweba leika la punch. Pama kuskulu. Are you still sitting? Punch. Are you still paying? Imweba mukandawile imwe. Mwaletana na babululu benu iliko town mwala. Mwaletana babili mukandawile. Mwaletana na babululu benu ama 200 kwacha. Aya ma school fees nga balomba. This time around tabamilomba no kubilomba. Ama 300 kwacha ama school fees. Aya abana abalelo ofwafye. Abalepula mafumo. Mumushi. This time around, uyuka teko you aleta free education. Abana baba blue benu kubishuko. Balesa mbililo kwa vulo kulipira. Balesa mbililo kwa vulo kulipira imwe. But kutauni yuko, you think you convince even the villagers who are enjoying their life there. You think you convince them. Abana bama villagers bale ikala panshi kwa kusambilila. And you think you convince us in the villages to say Akainde is a bad person? Mukose kushita panado. Nananka na piriton. No mano chukunwe ingiti mwala walidila. Babili mkandawile. Mukoso kushita piriton because tamuakalale August next year. Ili Akainde Ichilema Malawi na my elections. You will not sleep. I'm telling you tamuakalale. Because tamuko etena manifesto. Mukalipila shani nkongolesho mwasha mwa kongola. That's what you need to talk about. Imweba PF bonds. That's what you need to talk about. That's what you need to tell Zambians. How are you going to pay? Mukafunya kuise ndalama. Isho mwasha mwa kongola bakalaba. Mukafunya kuise ndalama. Isho mwasha mwa kongola bamake bizulu. Isho mwasha mwa bike chalo mwa chingishe chalo mkongole. Mwalisi lilono kushita ma desk mwa school because you had no ideas on how to buy a desk if you had no idea. How to build a clinic where your grandmother is. You had no idea. Na idea tamwa kwete. And you think you can beat Akainde Ichilema? You think you can beat? Let next year come. Let next year come. No. But Andres, I cannot ignore these colleagues na imwe. Ina type intine yaba abale pontaba. Type intina na imwe. Atumi nefe bambia ba kupeta uke. Onfo ngabalenda 40 kilometers ukia ku clinic. Let him just go his grandmother in the village. Epushe Akainde Ichilema ngatatu wala clinic kuja. New ikafuma kwi? Where? 40 million CDF. Bamende. Mukatwala pali shinga. Ukufumia pali 40 million. Mukatwala pali shinga. If you cannot take it up, you have no ability even to maintain it at 40. You have no ability bakalaba to maintain it at 40 million kwachi. So what can you tell us? What can you tell us? Abana baba kwasu wale ikala punch. Eh? Bale ikala punch. What can you do? Ba UPND. Iya shili akulanda vevi suma. Pali aka inde ichile. Eh? At PF will never come back. Very true, Andy. Very. Ikabwela kwisa. Ikabwela kwisa bali fili okushita ma desk. Ikabwela kwisa bali fili okushita ma desk. Bali fili okushita ma desk wa makebizuru. Bali fili okushita ma desk. Ba nani kana bati banani aba. Ba mundu bide. Lelo tibaisa baba savior base. When we are the savior, we have haka inde ichilema. Eh? At the hand over UPF to the right owners. Is uyumwa icho yu chavinga, uyumwa icho chavinga. New PND ulo wikete PF. Is chavinga UPND. Te Mauzi Sampo wasadile chavinga chabe president. Is it not Mauzi Sampa a PF member who chose chavinga to be PF president? Who is fighting you? Who is holding the paper jama paper PF? It's your member, actually a member of parliament. For that matter, for Mafinga, is it Mafinga? Eh? Chavinga is a member of parliament, PF member of parliament. Is the one who is holding the papers aya PF. Why should you put that blame on Aka in the HLM? Why do you want to put in the HLM join a PF for party adiwa? Ayewe. Mwaria chari poa. Mila vepa na vantu watu mukabwela. Mukabwela kwisa. Mukupuisha ma desk mumishi. Mukabwela kwisa. Mukupuisha ma clinic. How are you going to manage ma clinic so Aka inda kulile? Medicine is there, mumishi. Mudi miti mumishi umu. Eh? Eh? But Davis, you are saying, I didn't know that you are very accurate like that, my reader. My reader, to alishwa kulanda limita, but to bomb fiat yevo tufiro kubomba. Iwa, ulemfoya? Okay. Eh? Watu mule yunfa, tapali na type na imwe, pia kwa HH, tapali na type kanabesa. Icho mufirevyo kuchaimwe mwema kadazi imwe. Tamufuiro kuya mkumto efukulu wafyawanda. Tamufuiro kumo omuntu yo. Nga mule umo omuntu muneto efukulwa. Mule ponyama kilo ya kwa aka inde ichilema. Eh? Mule ponyama kilo ya kwa aka inde ichilema. Marigangi, thank you so much. Batsenga wesu. At you are scared of PF. Imwe ba Jones wa jangonde. Are you dreaming? Which PFO muntu wengatina? PF hile itwalo puere. PF hile twalo puere fikoti kwa tikatuishi. PF kulo pola fe mwa buika fe fidavine bale tula kuma skulu fwe basambilira kale mwa mulali kapanshi umuntu mwa mufula na kaputula kunu ma elo mwa mulo pola patuma tako pa. That's the way we are beaten PF, and that's what we are doing even in next year. Afraid of PF. Eh? Which PF can give someone sleepless nights? Which PF? Who can be scared of PF? Which PF first? Which PF? Which PF? PF ya lipua kanabesa. Ya lipua, I tell you. Uku puidili la fieko. Eno lesala pela na masigno. Lesala pela na masigno ati chishintu chapwa. How do you know masigno lesa chapela? Abe nabali ba PF. They are all gone. Once babidi. Lungu na wasata. They are all gone. That is the signal enough for Makudile so kutila. This thing is finished. Watu mletinya abantu imwe bakadda bakulusa koko mwe mkutoba ule fintu. Who told you about mkutoba fintu? Elo nishi mwa ineshi na yakwa aka inde ichilema. You want to destroy aka inde's name? Umwine aka inde ichilema lesali kantika ali shila wino kutila to you 2026 alepita. Mwe mkumona wireshi neli akula toba ule abantu in the name of UPND. And maybe you are not even UPND. Imisango uvi. Misango ya PF ya kutobela abantu ifukulwa. Misango ya PF ya kuma abantu. Misango ya PF ya kutukana abantu. In UPND tatutuka abantu. In UPND tatuma abantu yo. Maumfaimu. Mule tinya wewe ni imwe. Notu kutinya wa Isa mkulanda tiyo. Ukatinya wa UPND. Watinya wa UPND. Na wantu wabali amu Kongole. What can Kalaba tell us? How is he going to pay back the money they borrowed? Ewa le tangiro kuya mkulanda nefyalo fya kunse. Ba tata. Ibi wombele kwa shukuru tuwaliishiwa. Ba chopo. Kanabesa if you are PF advice ninga mpela ba chopo. Kanale sese nifiye kuli church. Otherwise, ama headache yakabako kanale saife tu alipona pa kunu mokutu wangu fimfu ikokupona. Pamukoshpalo mfika kwa tipali chimwe chilibwe chikete nangu wamina meja lefilo kupita. Efyo mukala unfa imwe mwebale support abama cadres aba mwebale support abama presidential candidates ababa tapani yako baleya. Mukamona kwa chifu ba mulwere pa mukoshifi ya kudata fide pita. Kanisi chikonko. If we muntu ngo alikwata vya mano to you imwe mweba iche imwe mweba sambilire ko imwe banasi ba teacher your hope is aka inde ichile ma. They failed to employ your friends. They failed to employ your friends. He has managed to employ what they failed to employ. Finish mwingalandi. Agenda mfide mwaisa na yo. Imo mwalevo kui makana. Mfide kweba bena Zambia fyo mukengisha abantu wa machito wa nasi na wa teacher. Abo mwafidiliwo kuingisha. Abo waka inde ichilema yengishe. Hope yabo ni aka inde ichilema. Muna mfuwa kunu. Hope yabo. Ero na mweba UPND mwena imwe. Hakuna ndeni fusuma pali aka inde ichilema na imwe. Finge vya chita na imwe. Munafa ifo eba filo kuikalazini ifo tuambio kulalanda. Ayo chenje tutocho tuntu palia. Ayo lishtualange kulia church nishta umutemenwe. If you love the church, don't engage yourself. Ba Vic Maro mdala mushite nankane hii uyu mutivanu wangu olefo kulalo tulo but not ukisanu ngiti mwala alilila mdala but Vic Maro keyela bro you will lose. Baba is saying employing civil servants, it's not job creation. Which jobs have you created yourself? And why did you fail to employ even civil servants? If it is not job creation, why did you fail? It's job creation because when my teachers wengi shebadia, bamo wale chitana business, ma salary wale poka, wale ingisha na bana manchito. It's job creation. Ule bepa owe na bantu wa shishibe fienda. Not you wise mkuwepa iwe joins iwe. Wise mkuwepa inewe na kumushukumia inu kukasa amata watu mako na phone. Wali tumako phone yuko wafuma iwa wali. Kumushukuda wafuma, do you know that there is a clinic nearby you aka inde ichile makula? Do you know that there are classrooms there? Do you know that your relatives in the village there now, their children are staying on desks iwe? Fish of all you. Kukota no muchinji. You need to have respect when you are talking about aka inde ichile. Not kukulanda landa fi ichilande. Eso mutipi waleza wa mwami tipa. Mune salaba kulanda po. How many schools were built? Which school are you talking? Wafuma kuisa wewe ni bwaja wewe. Na utawe teka kulanda wewe. Ngata wao pala ndako na girlfriend wewe. Sisi itafinga mwai kuta because amata bana afla mchalo. Why kuta we muntu and you think it happen? Brother Chris Mtale, my power of counsel. How are you? These are PF cadres who are joining UPND now. They want to tarnish. Even if I jefe idem kutoa kutu. Mlefa mwana ule shikalia kwa kateka. Aka inde umwingala mwinga chila compare na babambia bana ime. Aka inde imwe ba mlusaka imwe na chila mieba imwe ba kulusaka imwe. Imwe wa kopa belt imwe kitwe kuchingola. Isule nyame so tumenya mafoni kumishikumieni. Abantu balile ko kumitumina amafoni ba blue benu. Ukulombesha ishama school fees. Ale mitumina imota mwalela nokulala mwale tukana nokutukana. You used to avoid ama cause ya refu makumushimwe. Now waka inde ichilema is paying for your relatives in the village. For their education. He's paying for them. He's paying for them. Na babi yangu shisha kwenchi to imwe. Na babi yangu shisha kwenchi to mwewe na lusaka. Uko kutipata uko mwafu makupeta ukoko. Your relatives used to call you. Uko mwafu makuna nikane kusinda. Kuzimba, ku Livingstone kulia. Kulia mwafumo uko imwe bali mlusaka kuzimba. HH is paying for your relatives there. Ala. Kubwengwa, imwe bafuma kubwengwa. HH is paying for your relatives. They don't call you imwe wekala kulusaka mwe kubwengwa. They don't call you. Imwe kuna nkane kuna nkane ku Northwestern. Atukushani kulia kulia district here. Kuma nyinga. Because your relatives have stopped troubling you. They don't call you for school fees. Because the church has paid. Achani. Yali kala kale kuli akainde ichilema na imwe. Ba webi siani. Bagalamba. Mweba fidilwe ni mwebo kanabisa. Imwe na mufidwa mdala. You have failed because you are failing to think about what is happening in Zambia. You are failing to accept that this president has delivered. And kalanda kuli yomuntu wakutila chichisumona chitikatale chimona. Because next year mukashitena nikane ingi sana. Ni fancy da. Antamu akalale. I'm telling you, wakalala ndataka inde ichilema Bible imakalana kabili uchite swear. You want to sleep. Mukafiru okudia, I can tell you, mukafiru okudia. Because the victory for HH next year is too big. Kanaweza padina manga tutinya tu akainde chani akainde aleko kulala aleko kudia taule mune fo lemone kamwino akainde ichilema umuntu uli nani kane uli na no mwenso iwe tamone fa mone kenkandaira mone ke atuluka tamone ka inde fo aleshelela bwino alala lo tulo because na isho fionse filifia bwino everything is okay so nanguli mabasi umuntu walela ndefyo teshibe na alela ndefyo mwana wako ere kuskulu kwa bulo kulipira just silence that person iwe shut up ikala tezi uko kuno moko you just tell that person to be quiet because bamu brain yali bakwati nakalimo ilabwekela kokunu mapano but abantu wabo mwasha kumishuku ebale mune skulu fyo kuteka buchitire kana beso yuna bombo yukateko bwana Chris Mtani honorable Mtani we just have to tell people what this president has done takuli nefya kumvo mwenzo wa tishani yo baba yabali ya chali kwa bama kebizulu bale balete fyo mubili tushike bakalaba ile walelanda let him talk about how they can pay back the money they borrowed and how they can increase the CDF from 40 million which they failed to increase from 1.6 million. They failed to take it even to 3 million kwacha. What can they tell us? Bamaplanga, Patrick Maplanga, you are saying indeed President Hakainde Hichilema has delivered only frustrated people. Alife frustrated limbi. Alipelo mwana wawe nefu moteshi moko kufunya matebela. Bamoya baba ichawa kutila. Ale ponta. Bateshi batu no ino mwana wapere wapere fumoyo wakwetoyo. Teshi batu ukesa mukumusambirija free education Hakainde Hichilema. Ai. Kanabe soyo eno ini pawo. Uyo ole apoyo. Rona alikatemwa kaskipa kamule mkwafyaka. Uyo apoyo. Uyo president. Ya kanabes. Kateka uyo. Mukose no kukose. Mukose because lesa lipera kale sign. Lipera kale sign kanabes okobati chipani chali pwa kanabes. Chali pwa kanabes. Filafi nefe ya pwa MMD kanabes. Na imwewe nefe ya pwa yali pwa evo ipwa filafi. Evo ipwa kanabes. Aitemwa sana chakufale chakufale president Hakainde Hichilema. Sasa kuna mfomu nisuka mutobela abantu ifelo yanga tuwa kwikatayo kakada iwe. Urefole sebanye shina kwa president wapu mwana okupu. Wakakwa no kukakwa. Thank you so much Aston Mwira. Thank you my leader. Bamwira kuipusha wakalambo kutuafu makumishu kwefe abantu besu. Balidekana okutushupa. Balidekana okutushupa wa blue besu. Isha mabuku. Balidekana okutushupa. Balerima. Fetraiza balepera. Balerima wa blue besu. Iro yuwisa mkulanda achani. Inju kutaka ili kuli bumper harvest na wewe nina wikuta iwe kamwenya Kennedy. Na wewe nina wikuta choleta ipira napa. Kuli bumper harvest. Nomba ukokoso kushita mavari ya moya kula loto. Next year August. Na mwikuta. Kuli bumper harvest ya matabaya limpanga yonse. Na unapo walienda po musa po wasango mtu wale mune kama fupafye na onda iwe Mzambia. Iwe kama mwenyana nikanekele diwe. Nina ni wasangile po mtu walinensa ale uneka na puwa mafupa mumishi munanga. There is bumper harvest mulifi yakuli ya mchalo muno. Mulebepa wantu imwe. Mulebepa wantu. We don't take people for granted, Bakalamba, Kavanza. We don't take people for granted. We say the truth, Bakalamba, imwe, tabamipanga nechongo imwe. Mabulu wen kumishati yo. Tutumini niko isha masco fees isha ban. Muna tumako foni kumushimwe. Abana baba bulu wen mwasha kumishu wale kala panshi mumaskulu nangu weka la passport. Nish BF ya fidiro kupanga ma desk. Nish ba fidirwe ya ma desk fiyo kufirwa. Okufirwa kupanga ma desk. And you say you are lying to say they brought development. Which development? Which development when you can fail to make desks? Which development when you cannot make a clinic where your grandmother is staying down there in the village? Today there is a clinic. There is a maternity wing. What can you tell us? If you are frustrated, ni life fear. If you have a life, na kwa America kudia wale shupi kwa. Ni life fear. It will be okay. It will be okay for every Zambian. Since we have a good president, it will be okay. It's no more. My rotia shupako. It's no more. Na ina winenda chula. It's no more. Sometimes na talk time mishkwata. But in Shinebo this, sometimes na talk time ila shupa. It's no more, Karaves. It's no more. Sometimes no kwato bunga panganda. It's no more, bro. It's no more. Mailo na wawi no kakwata. For as long as we have a good president in the name of Wakainde Ichilema, it's okay, things will be alright. Amusebo from Kapiri to Kabwe, ne mbafu shale kalipa fweba sangiro koma accident. Shale kalipe mbafu. He has not only worked on that road from Kapiri to Kabwe. From Ukofisonge kachini kuluwansho oko. Ndola Lusaka. Ale uma. Ale la so msebo. Ale la so msebo. So not to some good to tinya to yo shani na imwe. We're not even taking people for granted. I feel sorry for you. People are really struggling. Bakalamba. Konze bala chula na kwa America abantu bala chula. Ebo tule mieba. Ebo ibalela ndati. Bonse fe tie ni na fo bene ba ruling party tie ni na ifo bonse mukulima na wewe ine iwe kabanza. You are struggling tie fe mukulima. Te bonsa bale chula. Ifo ya ba fe life. Wamo bale sekelela kofi la fine, but bonse tukababwino na wewe ino kababwino. Wamfa. Life efo yaba mne. Efo yaba say life mne. Efo yaba fear. Now when you PF, you can't say that everyone was laughing, everyone was enjoying. That's why people changed the government. You think if people were enjoying life in PF, government would have changed? You think you were blessings Kavanza? You think you want to why? You think you want to No. But this time around, if you look at government, nobody mu PND ba mubale churi la kumo. Fairness to le fwa ya kwa bonse to le kulira pamo, to le ikalira pamo, file to shupira pamo, no kuwa mina file wa mina pamo. Apata kulia tinuwe DC no manish na ubeula. Where? Ndiye kaloko wabala na talk time na ine sometimes. Not mule pa wantu iwe. Not mule pa wantu. Iwe kabanza yo. Lala, ngana wikuta lala. There is a bump harvest no wali na udia iwe na wikuta no kwe. Tu alala kuna kuma 15 wa isa kuma 17. Imo wakada imuwa ile mkutoba ulefia kutoba ula PF. We don't even entertain that in UPND. Fila ponya, fila fi ponya ma. Fila ponya shaba PF fila. Fila ponya shaba PF. Insele, shila shine bakwete. Ifuta fila kutuka nensele. Ulubuli ruya bakwete. Ifuta fila tuwa kwa tolo uti. Never fine, Cannabis. Achani. Takudia wale chitapo comment fimo tumfe. Achani. Aka inde muntu sana, Cannabis. Muntu sana, aka inde muntu sana. Nelo wa UPNG. Mufile mulenda nemitwe na muimia. Maumfu. Mufile mulenda nemitwe na muimia. Noti nokula ponye mitwe yo. Tell these people. what they failed, the small things that they failed to do. Filo kupanga vyo msevo from Kapili to Kabwe. You failed. But instead of no kupanga from Kapili to Kabwe, ena ayambira kuundolo kukuluansha, paka kurusaka. What are you telling us? Finish mingatweba. Finish hivyo mingatweba imwe. Finish hivyo mingatweba. But I have changed the what? How? How have I changed? Change I in Nindanda Vishing. You want to say no, Nanguino Nadelan, the Lori, and then she nadelan the Vishing. In it, I'm a family in Neo. I'm not a person who about Kutina, Naimafena, Ambok supportive attention. That's why I'm even castigating those dirty people who went yesterday Mukutoba, a school of ever PF. Those dirty chaps. Mwawefiko imwewa iche mwaumfa. Mwawobubi mwewa iche mwewa ide mkutoba nani kanoko. Bubi wenu. Mulefa mkala mvyeshi nana kwa kateka hai. Iwe kabanza na umfuate. Na umfuati ndande vimshinka inai. Am I praising those kids? Twa inamdala peace of mind. Awe alebo mbela pokateka alebo mbela pokuchitambo kuso wapatulela ndapa wale panga 300 megawatts nani kane solar plant kana besa if you dia shida malaiti di nishita fe idono fika sove kamdala fika sove kamila skabana noksa ida shida malaiti di kasove kana besa di kasove and sometimes it's good to go through problems kana besa di motu isamukwamba okutontonganya when we face a problem. So this is our problem, is that it has come and we need just to think and see how we can work around it. Chapwa. Sidin banda mkalamba wandi na totela na mfabu ino sana for wachita comment. Abulu wenu kumishuku. Wale tabale mishupa ne shamuti ati yotu tumine niko ya muti. Iwe. But Timothy Mulofu wale sampale bakalamba. Brineti, I'm busy. Thank you so much, my brother. How is the ITT? Kana mesa tientule landa vevisuma. Matimoth, vevisuma ve pali church. Talaka kwanisha CDF, bakalaba baka ifumia bwisa. Baka ifumia bwisa bakalaba. The moment you change government, just know that CDF is gone. Ngani winga panya CDF. CDF ikafumeko. CDF ikafumeko. Make bizula kashifumia bwisa ishaku de pera mafote milioni. Akafumia kwisa. Iwe mwango iwe you are lucky na chwa kuchechi nda bloka ine apate pa kwisa fere waisa vena upepa insuko ati na amu kutukana Thompson kunda me I can block you. You are lucky na chwa kuchechi. Otherwise I would have blocked you. You are calling me a fool. A fool is you actually because you are not seeing. You are Peter Matongo. A big fool is you, not me. Which new? Ewa ile Kongole baluke ba new. Urefu wangu block abapene. Ine I block. Changala no kwangala. Ban Peter Matongo from your page. Tinike po na mshana kumfirosi. You are very lucky. Peter, you are very lucky. Nachiana. You are very... Me, I block, bro. This is my page. This is my page. Nama bandos apande bumfia yandi hapo. Kaya government yandi. So kuisa buino sana push the comment hapa. Matu waiza vena obensa kwa nalimo ukokumushu wafu mo ukokumushuko na government yali kula kone chipatala leo iso le mkuponta hapa. Kuku block. Kana besa na bomba echechi elo kabidi fiala moneka. Fiala moneka elo difference tukaimona bwino ba PF bali mu power 10 years. Difference tukaimona 10 years kana besa. Bakesa alela mofie kana besa. Difference te muchite compare 10 years na 4 years takwa. First mbike kona amuru hapa pamulu. Takwa bakana besa leke ninji meko na amuru elo na ibukisha. Takwa you cannot compare iwo mwana obali na 10 years elo umwana wa munobe alina 4 years atibashite ni compare takwa kana besa. Difference mukesa itamba fye bwino kana besa mu 2029 Mukesa itamba difference kabapo between 10 years yaba PF na 10 years ya kwaka inde ichilema. That's when you see the difference. Mukesa umfwa ela bamone mpumishika kula kulefi mpumi kunsoni. I'm telling you mpumishi bamoimo bapataka inde ichilema shika kula kunsoni. Just wait, because you are not even wise. How can you compare HH? How can you compare HH? Uli na 4 years. Muche compare na bali na 10 years. Kama kwa janeso ni imwai. So mule mwana watatoa kwa tamano wa kutia mule zembele kati yo aka inde ichilema shan yuko. 10 years yo muchite compare na 4 years. You asking me to push CDF ifuma ku secretariat. Ke pushe ba PF, ke pushe ba brani mundubire. Ocho ba firiru okutwala CDF pali 40 million chinshi. Kawe pushe chinshi mwa firirwe. Bakala ba chinshi mwa ile kongwere ndalama. Ishingi mwa firo kulipira. Twami pusha bakala. You need to answer that question. Imomo aleya nechola mukukongoloko as a foreign affairs minister. Imomo aleya mukongole mwashamu afirwa kulipira. Mwakongola fi mwafirwa kulipira. Imo. Atiyo twalisungire bwino wabena Zambia. Inde mukongolesho mwakongole mwafirwa no kulipira twalibasungire bwino. Mukongolesho mwakongole mwafirwa no kulipira, and you are even boasting to say mwalisungire bwino wabena Zambia. Kashinga mwali kongola mwashamu alipira ngefiri yako. So kufirwa kwenu buferi abwenu imwe. Mwebonse mwe bali attached ku PF. Buli pa kukongola no kushamu afirwa kulipira. Breve pa bobere na imwe. Noti fofo bale mlefa balupwa beso abekala mumishi bale ko kutushupa. Shama school fees badi leko kutushupa. Badi leka no kutushupa pa shama uniform, because sama uniform ngabashitiro mwana uniform ile kala pantu mwana ta ile puka uniform tekala panshi yo ekala pa deski. I deski yo mwafiriro kushita imwe ba PF. Abantu bale no amensha yasuma because CDF eko ili kuko mwafuma kunchelenge eko ili CDF bale imbama monopamp. Kukashikishi eko ili CDF 40 million yala yamboku ya. 5 years is long. Now can you compare 5 years na 10 years? You know you. You wafuma kwisa wene kanshi. Kana wesa hivyo tu atotela sana. Tu atotela kana wesa. So imwe wale ibepa imwe next year. Not you kunwa doom. Not you kunwa doom ngamwapona. Tu apapata kukosa fie. Mwe wale ibepa teche chani. Kukosa fie. Not you kunwa doom because tafi akawa mepathe 13 shani pali. August. Muka papelo mukajila. I'm telling you. Awe tu atotela sana. Imwe wonse mwe wanachila sekana imwe hapa. Shachila mishauta na chila seka. Fena itemu kuseka ini mwamfa. Nombe uwa chila tukani nsele ule kwa ta brain we. Wai kuta. Wai suwa mkutukana palankani. Pape jam nombe. Vala broke. Thank you so much, colleagues. Tia ntule landa pali chief. Sume fia chita. Mwema councillors. Mwema DC wa DC. Tule mimona hapa mulelanda ifsuma. Noti kula fola fia masaradi. Kamulelanda ifsuma pali chechi. Mwana imwe. Wande tukamia mwen sapatu. Kula landa ifsuma pali chechi. Wafe mulatino tuchitoku puati yo. UPND shani uti waisa kutamfienshu. Chechi ngafu mafe mpawa na imwe wa DC monse. Nishu mafuma mpawa. Mamfa. So kumwanjila kwa ifsuma. Kula tinya fe wantu mune tinya fe wantu yo shan mwe wa DC. Tuwe anja ku president ifsuma. Tuwe yo kutariani. Kumulandila enchito yenu imwe. Na chavanda beko no kula wako na ulia mkalamba wandi police officer uli olela ndefsuma pali aka inde ichilema. Kule Kenya lela ndefsuma kabili ali mwenefu apitilemo buchucha apitilemo. Kutafilo kuna nshani pali president aka inde ichilema. Pantu niwe police officer. Pantu niwe DC. Iyo. Mulangala sana. Nshajua fubalanda mchilozi kuangalanga kubalanda shani. How do you say it in laws that mulangala sana? You play too much in laws kulanda chani. Imwe walozimwe jebeni kwa fupiri kuangala sana so that imputule nani kane. Chipiri bula shani. Ati mulangala sana masobera too much. Tell me mwe walozi hapa. Chipiri bula shani. Defo kwewo yu akuchipato yule uyu achilantuka. Jebeni ko muchilozi. Ati wa destiny kasuba. Awe mwe katuishinga kasuba ngabushi kuimwe kana besa imwe bwalira imwe kana besa. How do we say in laws that you are playing too much? Eo ndelo lila fiapa. So police officer uli amulekeni imwe. Alela ndefyo apita mo buchusha apitire mune nefyo bakapokola balecha. Bakapokola na bachinda mano kuchinda this time around. Tuwatamba fe bamwe they don't even salute us. Ule mutamba fe no kumutamba wa mutamba fe no kumutamba tawe ni mudine shuko echeche uleteka. Ba duike ba police kwati na kali mulimbi bana ba makaders. They were being slapped by these cadres. And you can think of bringing PF in power. Kwisoko. Where? PF, where? Era pate kafumia yu PND mpawa taila fialo anukfialo. That's what I can tell you. Imwana imumwe balozi mweteo me. What's the meaning of masobera too much? I don't have my lost brothers here and sisters. Di papali too much. Imwe wa PF imwe di papali too much. Di papali too much. Iwe bro na iwe landa ini lozi. Complete too much. Even too much. Put it in lozi. Di papali wati. Endesha nasinda. In lozi. But PF you are playing too much. What does it mean in lozi? How do you say it? In lozi. How do you say it in lozi? Imo walozi ayopta mwambiro kulabe echilozi ka? Ayopta mwambiro kulabe echilozi. Kwa ulozi yuko ni echifyoko. Kwa senanga. Miaka inde chabe kwa senanga. Kwilanzi yuko. Kasama mchinga northern. Mwilala. Miaka inde fye kanabesa. Weka mivepa no kumvepa. Kanabesa. Tukambio kulande pofya kulipilira abana kuma skulu. Tuwa papa atano kubaba. Tukambio kulande padi ashira kulipilira abana kuma skulu. Tuwa libila bako nokula bakumudi ashira kulipilira abana kuma skulu. Watu wakwalesa. Mweleke ntule anda kufimi. Aka inde na ina ale di pilafi. Di papali haulu. Papiefu. Di papali haulu. Mulabeja. Mulabejelo mulangala and you play too much. Di papali haulu. Uko Kuzambezi uko. Kuzambezi. District. Takuja wa Kuzambezi hapa mulande kwa chinankani kanshi. Chikalunda kulanda shanati yo. Mulabeja, mulangala sana. PF mulangala. How do you say it in Chikalunda? Kakarunda, na mwana mambo kula bechitundu chene. Tell him, Chris. A civil servant telling someone what President Yaka Inde Ichilema has done at yo is a civil servant. Uko kuinena bu civil servant kanshi. Yo. Na mumfuatefu. Kuhema na kansi. This is Luvare. Kuhema na kansi. na kashi. Mulangala imwe wa PF, you play too much. Ero mukalila. Not da fidia mwadi dile fidia. Nde kusha boma ni sambo wadi dile fidia. You cry big time. 2026 mayo. Oh, mukalila kwa tika Twitch. Mukalila kwa tika Twitch kanabes. The best you can do, kojo ina feche chapwa, mutife mdala, mutife. Kanabes saka video ndeta mbapaka wa maka wa matero. Leke ni ntambeko. Wa matero wa wale foku iwaka phone hapa. Ombo kwa shota wa matero. Matero, why vira mo wig?